Well, Tara, I absolutely adore that film. It's one of my favorites from the entire decade.
And it's so much steamier than you think it's going to be. You can feel the sexual tension.
You really can. And I'm very happy that Rian Johnson, the great contemporary filmmaker, chose this movie to present with Ben Mankiewicz for his 2-for-1 series recently. I think a very, very smart choice. But it did raise some eyebrows back in the early 1930s. What kind of changes had to be made to it?
Yeah, so the Hays office made some recommendations after it was all done, and they got their initial reactions from censors. So they said, the do not disturb sign, that might say a little too much.
Okay.
I would say the clock's ticking also gave you that indication.
Yeah.
But in particular, the scene in the bedroom was definitely the most controversial. People wanted different things cut out, but what everyone wanted cut out was that line where Kay Francis asks him,
"When a lady takes her jewels off in a gentleman's room, where does she put them?"
On the night table.
"But I don't want to be a lady."
And she delivered those lines so great, and she wore the clothes so great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, my understanding is that Joe Breen said this movie could not be reissued or remade.
Right. So post-code, these films would run for a long time, and they wanted to recirculate them and get their money's worth out of them. And, they didn't release movies like they did today. So they asked for a recertification, and Joseph Breen says no. And then in 1943, Paramount comes back and says, hey, we want to do a musical remake. And Joseph Breen says absolutely not. And the reasons are it contains definite indications of illicit sex relationship. And also your two sympathetic leads are thieves whose crimes are made to seem acceptable and go unpunished in the end. You'll readily understand that this is in violation of the rules of the code.
Guilty as charged.
Exactly.
But that's what makes it fun to watch.
I know. And from this film, the term the Lubitsch touch was coined.
Well, it makes sense. It's such a terrific film. Thanks so much, Tara, for being here with me to talk about it.
Absolutely.
All right, stick around because another fantastic director, this time Preston Sturges, takes on a con artist film, but after the production code was in full effect, from 1941, starring Barbara Stanwyck.